So last night there was drama with Toby. Now me outfit tonight's all stroby.
Our outfit's
Then I
strobed all
was
the
like,
time.
this dinner could be better because all we get to eat is chicken, fish and fucking feta.
Hello, I'm Harriet Rose, and Under the Duvet is back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a bad boy episode for you today. New episodes obviously drop every Wednesday at 5 p.m, wherever you get your podcast, but also you can watch us on YouTube on Thursdays at 12 o'clock. You can also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, whatever other social media channels that there are. All right, now, if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see these sexy people I'm sat with. It is the sexiest, funniest, sassiest all-stars, Hannah, Mitch, and Liberty! Guys, I am gassed to get into your drama, but first we're going to talk about what is going on in the house right now. We had a dumping last night.
Yeah.
Kaz has gone and I am
I can't believe
devastated.
it. I'm good. I wanted to see my girl in the final.
So did I.
I wanted them to get some like good men in there to treat her like a princess.
yeah.
Is there any man like that you know, like Love Island, ex-Love Islander, that you think would have been a good match for Kaz to go in?
Yeah, I think knowing Kaz and that, I mean, do I say who she fancied or?
Do we?
Yeah. Okay, she liked
Spill the beans.
Jordan from South Africa last year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think she fancied him. But she needs someone with like a big personality to match
Yeah,
her
she
energy as
does.
well.
Yeah.
And I feel like when she left, it was so... You all right, mate?
Just breaking
limbering
my
up.
neck.
Just limbering up.
Getting ready for these questions. I can't wait.
Are we going to have a fight?
I hope not.
Maybe.
I hope not.
Yeah, I feel like when she was leaving, you could just tell how much love there was in
Yeah.
the film
Oh,
of her.
yeah, there
And
really is.
outside, it's resounding.
Yeah, I feel like Kaz was like everyone's rocking there.
She
like,
was.
She's always there, keeping us all sane.
Yeah, making sure
was.
that Toby didn't go too far, although it didn't really work, did it?
No.
Quickly before we move on to further drama, how awkward was the plane ride home for you two?
We actually
We
went on the
wasn't
same
on the
plane.
same flight.
Lovely.
It was just,
awkward
it
at
was just
all.
me and Hannah getting drunk on the flight.
On the red wine.
Oh, did you get
yeah.
lit?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course we did.
Everyone hated us on that plane.
Oh, we had AirPods in, raving about.
Like this.
And literally everyone was just looking at us like, what are these donuts doing?
Yeah, but
We
listen,
were like,
live your
we've
best
been
life.
locked up, you know, with one glass of wine a night. So we were going mad on this plane.
We had,
And do you know what? When it's free, why not?
Exactly.
Free, why not?
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you two had a little bit of separation on the way home. We'll get into a little bit more. We'll get into a little bit more of that. Let's start dissecting the drama. So, new bombshells. Joe, Eve, and Jess got to pick the recoupling and sent Kaz home. Was that the right decision, do we think? Because I really wanted a guy to go in for Kaz, and I feel like she's the people's princess.
I personally wanted to see my girl in the final, but I feel like if no man was coming in for her, then obviously there's only so long she can keep being there for everyone else.
Yeah.
But I did want to see her in the final, and I'm good that she's left. Obviously, Joe picked Arabella, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think I see that. I think they do see it, to be fair.
And she said they flirted 5 years ago once.
Invisible string theory.
Do you know what I mean, though? You lot seem to only talk to each other. Like Love Islanders seem to only flirt with each other.
I haven't
didn't know-
actually dated any Islanders.
I know, I've been out the
good for
loop,
you.
Liberty.
Just to try.
Same, I've been
Hannah, high
out the
five.
loop.
What about you?
I have not.
You've not either.
No, I ain't had enough time to do it, actually. I've only been out 6 months, Hannah. So,
That's very true.
but no, I've not.
Move a
dated
bit
any Love Island.
faster, Mitch. Come on. Let's be messy on the outside as well on the inside, yeah?
No, just inside.
Just inside. Just inside. Okay, so teeny bit of drama when Josh chose Georgia S as being in the villa for followers, which I thought was quite random. But what do we make of that? Where do we think that came from?
I actually had a conversation with Sam Thompson with this yesterday because he brought up the fact that when Jake said it about me, I didn't react because I was thinking like, well, I'm not. So I don't need to give you a reaction. I don't care. The fact that Georgia still actually reacted like that did question why are you getting defensive for. So was it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As much as I do like the girl, like, I just thought, stop reacting, just bat off the comment, but she didn't. She really got her upset, didn't it?
Yeah, and like you say, I was gonna ask you about this as well because I feel like you should have your say with it. Like, you know, that was accused of you as well. Did you feel? Were you just like whatever?
Yeah.
Oh,
If that's your opinion, cool.
yeah.
I'm not. But
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
I will say it was like Anton being a bit fiery, which we didn't often see. I kind of like that from him. I'm
Love
not
that.
gonna lie. As a lesbian woman, I will say I'm in love with him.
He's a very
Anton's
good-looking man.
great, yeah.
He's so
Oh,
nice.
he's stunning,
He looks after
Anton.
everyone in that villa.
He really does. Now, listen, I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. Georgia S., we need to sort of talk a little bit about her situation has caused huge debate on socials. A lot of people are talking about it. What do you think about what's been going on? with her and liking two guys and all the situation with Toby and Callum.
Do you know what? I love Georgia a bit. She was like my little sister in there. But I just don't really obviously agree with what she's been doing. I think she's just a little bit of a flirt with the lads, isn't
Yeah.
she? She likes to like give them all a little bit here and there. It's like she can't help herself.
Yeah.
But then obviously the backlash she's had from it has been horrible, hasn't it? On
Yeah.
on
I
the
don't think she deserves
socials.
the backlash that she's got.
Of course
I
not.
too
absolutely
much.
agree. I absolutely agree.
I feel like it isn't really intense in there, and I feel like we're just all trying to do our best to navigate our way through. And yeah, I don't think we should just villainise her, completely. But at the same time, I don't agree with everything she's done.
But she's give us the drama
Yeah,
and it's
she has.
making the show.
It
Do you know
is
what I mean?
true.
and that is what the people want.
Exactly.
You asked for it.
Exactly, and then they moan when they get it.
Yeah.
I wasn't shocked about the Toby thing though. I think she's always
liked
had a
him, yeah.
little something
Yeah.
still there for
Yeah.
him.
I did wonder, like when somebody says like, "Oh, I'm not into it anymore," and you in your head go, "Neither am I. Neither
Yeah,
am I.
but
Neither
really-
am I." And then the minute that he was like, "I actually do like
Yeah.
it again," I wonder whether that was more. She kind of put it to the back of her brain,
Yeah.
and then was like, "Well, obviously, I'm not over it because it's been like a week."
Yeah.
It happened. So I feel like that was a big impetus as well for what happened. I feel like she was maybe like, that's where the confusion lay. And
Yeah.
also I do wonder whether she was kind of saying, do you think maybe she was kind of saying what people wanted to hear in a harm, from her perspective, a harmless way? She was kind of like, yeah, like I'm having a nice time type thing. When she was talking to Callum saying, I wouldn't want to be in here with anyone else.
Yeah,
And-
well, Toby said that he was open first, didn't he? And then
Yeah.
I think that's when she decided to get to know Callum.
Callum, yeah.
But I do feel like with Tobe, like I'm mates with him, and I think he will, test the waters. But once he's into someone and invested, like he will stay loyal to that person.
Toby?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he rides for them people that are his friends, like his girlfriend. Like he will ride for you. So I feel that's why we're seeing him defend Georgia as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think that shows he's invested in their relationship.
Let's be honest though. You were proud of him, weren't you, when he did that thing? Because that was messy behaviour from Toby.
That was messy.
My boy did me proud.
Yeah.
I was watching from home just going, that's my boy. that is my boy.
Bit of messy.
It was bonkers. I was like, do you know when sometimes when obviously we watch the show, like I'm like, oh, I wonder whether that's producer input. I wonder whether, and I was like, I don't think he even said he was. I don't think anybody, even he.
Because he waited, didn't he,
Yeah.
till the recoupling to drop
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was messy, but you got to respect it. You've got to respect it.
Yeah.
I do feel like it was it's like a bit like, oh, let's do a little Hollywood rom-com.
Yeah.
Let's do a little Hollywood rom-com and it'd be like, and the person I'm going to pick. I was like, Toby, baby,
I felt like it was a movie. Like, what is it? It Fortune's the Brave or whatever.
Yeah,
that was like so
Everyone's
strange.
speech was amazing.
Yeah. Fortune favours the brave. Okay, King. Kick off.
Don't know
And
where
you got to be
got
the
that one
bravest. I'm
from.
thinking, oh my God, this
Yeah.
is amazing.
Well, I'm watching a movie.
You want to be the person that causes the most people to go,
Yeah.
because it's the silence of the reactions. It's like no one actually makes a noise because you're being filmed. You're like,
Yeah.
and then everyone's sitting down like,
There were so many times now. It's just like,
I know.
yeah.
It's that fire pit. It's that fire
Fire
pit.
pit
it's
brings
dramatic.
it out,
Yeah,
you
the
don't
fire
it?
pit's dramatic.
So Georgia, obviously, when she was kind of getting the backlash for everything that was going on, and we had the awards, and it was all very heightened, yeah, very intense. She is making the series though, and she's bringing the drama, so we love it. And it seems to have chilled out. Like last night's episode was chill.
Well, do you know what? This is the thing. I was actually saying, like, explaining this to my mum when the PDA awards thing was on. And then I went, by tomorrow, like, that'll all be
Yeah.
so settled because the days are that long and the nights are that long. By the next day, it's one big happy family again. So it's all chilled out now and then. It's like, oh, Georgia and Toby are a thing now. And then everyone just kind of settles with it, don't they?
I was going to say, Hannah, you're absolutely right, because there was a kind of thing, we were just talking about it earlier, where she kind of didn't have to make the decision.
No.
Because Callum kind of was like, nah.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, that's a sleigh. Like that.
Now it's like back with Toby.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, and I do think from what I've seen, do we think it seems like they are kind of being respectful? They're not sort of like all over each other in the villa at the moment, or at least from what we're seeing.
I think they'll be cuddling and that.
Yeah,
they are,
When they
are.
was
Yeah.
together at the start, they was literally like,
All
all
over
over each
each
other,
other.
like, smitten.
Oh, really?
That's why she was genuinely so shocked when Toby turned around and said, like, look, I want to cool things off. I want to get to know other people. Because for the first few days, they were like together, weren't they?
Well, I think it's not the first time he's done that in a Love Island series. is it?
No.
Not the first time he's sort of flip-flopped around. How did we feel for Arabella in that moment?
Love her.
Yeah.
Absolutely love her.
I did
She's
feel
hot.
for Arabella because in that she did really like him.
Yeah.
And I thought they could be a thing as
Me
well.
too.
Like they were cozying up every night, talking quite a lot, and I actually seen it working.
Yeah.
So I
She
feel
was
good for her
shocked,
because she went
wasn't
through
she?
the same with Chris, and then as again with Toby. So, but she's a strong girl, isn't she?
She really is. But she didn't see that coming at all.
No.
I don't think anyone.
No, they were blindsided all
Literally,
of us.
I don't even think Toby saw it coming.
No, I agree. I really think he was making that decision right
Just
until
in
the
his
last
head.
second
Yeah.
that he was saying it, and then he said it and was like, oh.
That's it.
I don't know
I would
if
love
that
to be in
was-
like side Toby's head though, just to see like what was the turning point for him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we all, hun?
Yeah, I would love to.
Honestly, little fly on the wall inside that brain. Constantly just flitting around doing different stuff. But I mean, do you think they have the power to stay in the final, till the final?
I think that it'll just be them
Yeah.
two now to the final.
You think
Well,
Toby and
we'll see.
Georgia?
We'll see if they make the final. But I think
That's what I mean, though. Do
Yeah.
you think they could make the final?
I do, yeah.
Potentially, they are actually. We've got to like week. What week are we on now?
4?
4.
Is it 4?
Yep, only 2 weeks left.
Yep. Yeah, we're on week 4.
But I
and
feel like it's going to be like some bombs are going to get dropped and people are going to start going.
Going.
again,
Yeah.
though, I just thought
They've
I
gotta
can't
go.
Imagine there'd be more bombshells.
We need
surely.
some set couples because I feel like it's been so all over the gaff.
I
this
reckon
season.
maybe
We
one
need
more
some
We need
bombshell.
settle. We need settle
Yeah.
because like at this point, like week 4, 5, and 6, people start to go exclusive and
Yeah.
closing off, and then maybe relationships, and no one's doing that yet.
Yeah.
Although I did feel the rumblings last night of people starting to be like, we haven't got long left.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tom
I
did
feel
that,
like
yeah.
we should hold hands a little bit more.
Yeah,
We
literally.
only got a week left.
Yeah, I think Molly's held herself really well. Like her and
She
Georgia had a
has.
really good conversation, and I have no idea how someone could be in a villa watching a long-term ex.
No,
Yeah.
chance.
Don't,
no.
I know.
Yeah,
That broke up 6 months ago for 3.5 years.
I know.
I don't think. Listen, I'll be one to say it. I don't think Molly and Callum are actually over each other. I don't believe you can get
No.
over someone in 6 months when you were together for 3.5 years and living. Not a chance they're over each other.
Yeah.
Yet.
I was rooting for them to get back together,
think
but
everyone
I
is.
think the world was, babe. I think the
doesn't
world
look like
was.
it's happening.
She
does
just
it?
seemed quite settled with Tom now.
He seems sweet.
Yeah,
Tom
and
is
they
an
do
absolute
see.
gent.
Yeah.
They're like Barbie and Ken of the villa.
Stunning.
He apparently is very, very tall.
Very tall.
Never
I'm
seen him in real
I
life.
feel like everyone's better looking in
Dead tall.
person. Yeah.
What did you say?
Everyone's better looking in person, I think.
Are they?
Yeah, when
I
they walk through the villa,
literally-
you're like,
That's the first thing I said when I met Tom. I went, "You literally are a Ken. Like he's a Ken doll."
Is he?
Oh, and Dead Tom was like, "Whoa."
Whoa.
Yeah,
But
he's-
also, you don't want to get a crick in your neck. You know what I mean? Don't want to be too tall. Ow,
No.
ow. No,
Yeah.
it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. Callum has been coming across as a bit of a clairvoyant, bit of an oracle, because everything he said would happen came true. His one-liners are quite possibly some of the most iconic things.
Yorkshire pudding.
Yorkshire pudding,
Respect.
broken biscuit. I'm like, come through, son, because first couple of weeks he was quite quiet.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
he's like, broken biscuit, Yorkshire pudding. I'm like, bring it, bring it, bring it.
I love Carly's part.
I thought
Yeah.
my first impression was Callie is so quiet, but when he does speak, I mean, he talks facts.
He does.
He
He
comes
does.
through.
A
Very-
man of few but very, very slay words. Do you know what I mean? So Eve has coupled up with Casey and Jess has coupled up with Callum. What do we think about those vibes? Do we think they're gonna? Because I don't know the girls. I've not met them. Have you got? Have any
Me-
of you
I
met the
don't
twins?
know them.
I've met them before.
Yeah.
They're really like both really nice,
They
sweet
seem
girls.
lovely, yeah.
I think Casey and Jess. No, is it Casey and Eve? Casey and Jess. Who is it?
Casey and Eve.
Casey and
Jess
Eve.
and Callum.
Yeah, I think Casey and Eve, I can kind of see that working.
Yeah.
With Jess and Cal, I think Cal was so into Georgia. I don't know, is it too late in the process for him to get invested in
he
someone else?
didn't look
Especially,
very like.
yeah, I feel like he was invested in Mo. Obviously, that didn't work out. Then he was invested in Georgia. I feel like he's had it tough in there. I don't know if he's going to get proper invested in another girl. I feel like
No, I couldn't agree more. Actually,
Yeah.
you're right. I feel like he's just going to ride the wave through now. I
Yeah.
think he's going to leave a fan favorite. I think because he just gets it all right, doesn't he? So I think he's just going to leave single. I don't think anyone's going to come in the next week. I think he did actually really like Georgia.
He did, didn't he?
He generally did like what he said to the boys and that. So now that's ended, you can even see like the cameraman panning to him when Toby and George are together. He's just distraught. He's just like, oh.
He
Yeah.
does seem to be when they're like there. He's kind of like He just doesn't turn his head that direction.
Yeah,
That'd
no.
be hard to watch if you've been
Yeah,
in the
but-
villa, like spending all that time with someone, and all of a sudden they're back with someone else. Like you're just there on your own.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard to watch.
I don't know how you guys
Yeah.
do it, to be honest. It's too stressful for me.
Next question.
No, I meant just in general, it's got to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not coming from my own understanding or
Another
anything.
finger pointer.
Yeah.
Another finger pointer.
I've got two fingers.
Yeah.
Get into that in a minute, Mitch.
I know,
I
I
was
know.
really calling you just mess it then. Get into a minute that mess it. Right. Okay. I want to keep going into the new couples though. Oh yeah. So Liberty, Toby and Georgia S. Can you actually tell what their history is? Like, what's their history for us? Because you were on the Love Island games too.
I was. They instantly hit it off on the show in Fiji.
Yeah.
And then they had like a holiday romance after. So they was literally like inseparable, like never left each other's sides. And then when they got back to the UK, it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. I'm not sure if that was the first time that they've seen each other since Fiji. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs of what happened on the outside, but when I seen them together, they was all over each other. But then Fiji was 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Was
Yeah.
that 2 weeks?
Yeah, like there was
How are you meant to find love in 2
There was,
weeks?
no, the
First
show was
time.
3 weeks, but they was in Fiji together for like 4 days, and then on the outside they was in the all-inclusive hotel for a week.
Right.
So they had a holiday romance in and outside
I like
the
that you
villa.
included it was an
All-inclusive.
all-inclusive.
Yeah,
It's an all-inclusive
Not that I
hotel.
had access to the cocktails there, but just throwing that in.
You know what? You're my kind of girl because that would be the thing I would remember.
Yeah.
You know what? Though it was all inclusive. We didn't pay a thing.
Yeah,
It's like these
literally.
two on the flight. 17 red wine.
Honestly, the amount of red wines we got were crazy.
It was.
I woke up 4 hours later so hungover, and you just like still
I
asleep.
can't remember falling asleep.
Slay.
And we woke up with it all over
Just
us.
red wine everywhere, and I was like, "Han, what's wrong with us?" And then we had to get another flight.
We had to walk around Heathrow like that.
we got papped.
Yeah, we did.
Literally,
red wine down.
it
All
literally
over us.
Comments was like, "Why has Hannah got red wine all down?" I'm like,
And your response is, why not? It was
Babe,
free.
I had a white dress on as well.
I had a
was just
white
like,
tracksuit on.
Oh my God, guys, wrong colour for a flight.
I was-
Never wear
I-
white on a flight.
I was drinking white, so I don't know how I got red on me.
sorry.
Yeah,
What were you two I mean, is there a vibe here? Like, what was going on that flight?
everyone's shipping it, you know.
I would
Everyone's
ship
like,
it.
"Oh, Hannah Mitch." I'm like, "Listen, Hannah's my best friend."
Yeah.
Bestie.
But also,
My
I would
absolute bestie.
I would ship that. Although I don't trust you yet. I need to get. I
No
need
one
to,
does.
I'm not. Listen, I'm willing to change my mind. We're going to get into it in a
Let's
minute.
do it.
Chris and Joanna. When Chris was calling her name, my heart was like,
yeah.
because obviously, like,
Oh yeah.
You know,
terrorist thing.
balcony.
he was like, Joe. He was like,
She was hiding. No.
that was like. But I felt like I was like, did the producers ask him? Were they like go and find
Go
Joe?
and find-
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think so.
You don't
I don't
reckon?
know,
Yeah.
'cause
Reckon that was
I
natural?
reckon that weren't producer pushed. I reckon Chris were like, "I'll make you breakfast in the morning."
Yeah.
And then they've forgotten about
Chris
it.
does like
And
making
Chris
people
is-
breakfast,
Chris
to be
loves
fair. He was
people
making Cass breakfast all
He's
the
a
time.
good cook, you know.
He is. The guacamole was guacamole. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it
Fair
was damn,
enough.
there's some damn good
Right.
guacamole there.
You had a bit of a vibe, you two, didn't you? You and Chris.
Me and Chris were like, we was sharing the same like goofiness. Like
Yeah.
both our brains went to different wavelengths that not many people can go to.
Silly
We just
sausages.
used to like
Yeah.
talk the random, but it was more friends, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not a vibe for you, even if he comes out single.
No, I think I like. To be fair, in the villa, like I did like Mitch, but we had good chats. But the chemistry wasn't the same. with Chris.
For those listening on the podcast, I'm staring at him.
I'm not even looking back.
It's,
Yeah. You can't look at me either.
Why did I
Interesting.
agree to come on this show?
Mitch
started
didn't actually
thinking-
know that I'd be sat here, did you?
I did purposely.
They-
I'm
they,
sure my
caught
manager
you on
purposely didn't tell me
surprise
because I just not turned up.
no.
Yeah.
I dealt with the grief.
Hey.
Hey, I know what you've
Hey.
been saying about me.
Hey, what have I been saying
I've
about
done
you?
my background check.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll back it. Tell me what I've said.
Can't actually remember.
Yeah.
I don't think it were nice, actually.
Boy, yeah. Well, I've not said anything mean. I've only ever said, do not treat girls in a bad way, boy. And I'll say that now.
Okay.
Mitch.
What?
What was that about, babe? Okay, let's
Are we
get
getting
into
into
it.
this now?
Yeah,
Are we
let's
getting
get
into it?
No, we're getting into it.
Are we getting into it?
He started it.
I've got an empty stomach, by the way.
So have I, and mine's rumbling so much as yours.
Should we get some food?
Yeah, let's. Oh, you want to leave?
Yeah.
No, listen. One thing I will say about this show and also about the villa, it is a television show.
Yeah.
It is, and I forget.
Yeah.
Like people laugh at me. Lib's like they think Lib's genuinely thinking she's going to go on and find someone I do every time.
No. That's
can
a
still
normal.
do that,
No, but
yeah.
I forget we're on TV. It's probably why I had to say this conversation 5 times because I forget.
Yeah, I think we all forget that it's a TV show. No one more than this guy, because when
Did
I'm
I
watching,
forget it was a TV show?
oh, well, maybe it was.
Did I forget it
Oh,
was a TV
Was
show?
it all play for the show?
Oh, look at the time.
Okay, because I did get the vibe. I think you seem like a lovely boy. I think you want to be Messy Mitch in the villa.
It's just a character.
Yeah, I do get that vibe. Because when you were in there, I was like, why is he? What did you say? You were like, you're my number one. And then you're my number one. And I was like, babe, you're on telly. They're probably going to play the clip or someone's going to tell someone.
Do you know what you're doing right now is reacting? And
Yeah.
that's what they want.
That's what they
There
want.
we are. We're getting somewhere now,
Nailed
aren't
it.
we?
No, but genuinely, like, I feel like you did have connections in there. Was there, you know, was there a real connection that you wanted to explore more? Like, what was it from your perspective? Now you're out of there and the messiness is dissipated with you.
I can now explain myself.
Please.
What I said to Demi wasn't producer pushed.
Right.
It was, but it was like I was speaking to three girls, obviously Lib, Demi, and Georgia Harrison, and I was getting to the point where we got to the end of the week, and I was like, I need to start going in some sort of direction. So I just chucked myself in the deep end. Chose Demi. Demi went and snogged Lewis on terrace, and then Liberty picked me, and I thought Liberty's made herself vulnerable, and I find that attractive.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run with it, and ever since then, I didn't speak to Demi.
Yeah.
But because I didn't speak to Demi, we didn't clear the air about the number one thing, and it came back and bit me in the.
To be
arse.
fair, I did not expect that to come out like that night. Like that's why I think I was shocked, because Mitch just spoke to Arabella and, you know, he was like, I'm into you, but I want to keep my options open. I was like, fine. I had a chat with Chris that day. Mitch had chatted to Arabella about marriage, kids, something.
It's just.
And I chatted.
It's
Sorry, it's just banter.
No. Whoa. Let me finish my sentence.
Let's get married, banter.
It's
go.
just Riz. It's just
Oh,
like.
that's the Riz.
I chatted to Chris about toilet seats.
And
that
do you know
day.
what that is? Riz.
Riz. And then me and Mitch had like basically like cuddled up on the Sunday, and like was teasing each other about it, like winding each other up about it. And then Mitch had said something like, yeah, like obviously there's a vibe there, like have chats, feel more of like a vibe with you, blah, blah, blah. Then it comes to the night, and like me and Mitch hadn't really spoke that night. And then he pulled Arabella for another 2 chats. So in my head, I'm thinking, hang on, but we've had a chat today, and I'm feeling like the vibe's good here. And then, so I just felt like it wasn't more so what was said, it was kind of like actions for me. But I was just thought, I'm going to go in, say, don't give me mixed messages, and that's that. And then the Demi thing come out, and then that's when it blew up.
Oh, it just piled on top of you like a big ton of bricks, didn't it?
Well, shit happens. As long as you're not too upset, that's all I care about.
Oh, thanks, Mitch.
See, that's the thing we want to hear. That's what we want to hear.
I was upset at the time, but then, like, obviously, like Han said, a day after, you kind of get over it.
You do
I think
forget
for
about
me,
it, yeah.
because I'm so used to like giving people more than I get back, I kind of had a good instinct that him and Demi was like getting on, but we always knew that Dem's head was more with Lou. So instinctively, I go into like flight mode. So I'm like, damn. So I pulled away like a couple of days leading up to the recoupling because I was like scared. And then it was just a bit of a shock because me and Mitch sat down after the recoupling, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna put my energy into you now. Like that's all I wanted, like a girl to pick me. And then Arabella walked in, and then it was just getting confusing in there.
To be honest,
And
the
you wonder
first
why I
week
was annoyed at you.
is were
Yeah,
cute.
Han was in the beach at the first week going, oh, Mitch and Lib are so cute, like they're always together
They
cuddling,
were,
but you never
yeah.
seen that.
I think there's 2 sides.
There
isn't
is. Yeah, there is.
Because I think there is the element of meeting someone that you have a connection with, and then there is the tantalizing excitement of new people, new things. And I think we're seeing more than ever in this series. Couples coupling up. I mean, we saw it last night with Sophie, where she was like, I want you to be all for me. And then she was like, oh, actually, maybe I'm. And I think there's a level. I mean, Mitch, from your perspective, when Arabella came in, like, you know, is it an excitement thing? Is it just that you're not ready to settle down? Like, where is it with you?
I think it's just the fact that there's a new person coming into the villa, and I just want to get to know him as a person. I don't know him because, quite frankly, we don't listen to music, we don't have outside world contact. We are just stuck in a garden for so up to now about 11 weeks in the last 6 months for me. It was bloody long. So I'm just thinking I'm just in a garden all the time at this point. So I got to know Arabella. I obviously did my weird marriage riz, but it's just like normal chit chat and stuff like that. But I wanted to keep my options open just because how hurt I got on series 10 from the start. So I think
So did you feel very hurt from your season?
the start of it,
Yeah.
yeah, because I went in coupled up with Molly. I'm not saying there's I will clear the thing. Zach and Molly look great by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just explaining my feelings. I coupled up with Molly, and I literally remember sitting in my bedroom and going, not my bedroom, the villa bedroom anyway.
Hey, what's your bedroom for 6 weeks?
8. 8, thank you. 56 episodes to be exact. No. And I just said to the boys, I was like, well, I'm sorted me now for the next 2 months. Don't know what you guys are going to do. I was that convinced. I was like, I'm a one-man band type of thing. And then literally watched Molly get to know other people, so I can understand Liberty's feelings because
Yeah.
I dealt with it 6 months before, and it was like, I can't go through that pain again.
Yeah.
I've got to just tell someone I like them, but still keep my options open just in case something happened.
Well, that's it. The thing is, I think we didn't see that side of you. I've never seen this side of you, which I think is really nice for everyone to hear and see, because, you know, like everybody has their defense mechanisms, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's out there trying to protect themselves. And I feel like it's good to hear from your perspective.
Yeah, I think as well, like with me and Mitch, like first week was great, but second week it did get confusing because there was times where like we didn't speak all day, and then something would happen, and then you know you're getting people's opinions involved and stuff, and it just got really messy and confusing for the both of us, and that's why we kind of had to have the same conversation. I think I haven't seen it back, but I swear people think like I'm getting out of bed every day, going, I know my worth, I'm setting my boundaries today, I'm doing, but like it's not like that.
No, but honestly, that was quite a slay. I know my worth. I'm setting my boundaries.
I know my worth, no, but like
You
90%
came
of
with
the
smoke
day-
this season and I was here for it. I won't lie.
No, yeah, 90% of the day, like I was like laughing, jumping in the
Yeah.
pool,
Yeah, you
getting
were
everyone to
just
play.
top energy, weren't
yeah,
you? But it
like
never got
literally,
filmed.
but never. You
Yeah.
don't see that side. And then when me and Mitch would chat, it would kind of just be me. The only night I was annoyed was the Demi thing because that
Yeah.
was like that was heightened. But after that, it wasn't me trying to like argue or anything. It was just me trying to express how I feel so we can get over it.
Yeah, and
that's all it
where
was.
are you guys at now?
We're sound, aren't we?
I feel like
Yeah.
on a Jeremy Kyle show.
I was saying this. It's like Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Couples Therapy
Yeah.
Couch.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we're good. Like
Yeah,
we
we're
spent
good.
like 3 or 4 days, 2 or 3, 4 days or whatever in the whole, just a blur in the holding villa
Yeah,
after, and we were
yeah.
sound. We watched movies and that. We chilled out. I think Lib's great.
oh, I think
It's
Mitch
great
is
to hear that
too.
you
Yeah,
are-
we're sound.
Like Pally.
Yeah.
Hannah, I want to talk about you, baby.
Oh, babe, what do you want to
queen.
know?
You were a queen in this series.
Oh my God,
You were
thanks.
adored by the masses.
Babe, I mean, I didn't find a fella though.
I
so
know, sweetie. We're going to help you with that. Don't worry.
I was just there
My
having a
personal-
ball.
Yeah, you just had a freaking holiday. And it
I
was fab.
did. I actually did. Like, I felt like, obviously, with all the drama going on around me, I was like, oh my God, I'm up the wall with everyone else's drama. So I don't even know if I can be asked having my own.
Yeah.
But then yet there just wasn't any fella in there that I felt like where I had that thing with like to proper bounce off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like let's quickly just touch on your dumping, which was horrific.
I know.
I was gutted. Everyone was gutted. Like, did you expect the boys to come to that decision? Was that a shock for you?
Do you know what? I mean, I was dead close to everyone in there, especially loads of the lads and stuff. But, you know, I kind of, when Maya had said other people are going, I did know, like, I'm going to be right up there to go because I just friend zoned everyone.
Yeah.
They knew that I probably wasn't going to stick it on people and try. So it was one of them. I was like, it was bittersweet, obviously, to get home to me baby. But then I was like shocked and gutted to go at the same
Yeah.
time. It was just all a madness and it just happened dead quick.
You were a legend and an icon in there, I'm not going to lie.
Thank you.
What was it that made you turn it into friendship vibes with Tyler? Because I was very intrigued by your switch and I was like, I wonder what was behind that.
So it had actually been, we'd been like getting to know each other for a few days. So I think where you guys have seen it, it's looked like a bit of a switch, but I think like me other islanders knew, you know?
Yeah.
We just weren't like, and I'll say this word because they all say it, we weren't gravitating towards each other a lot.
okay.
You know, like in the days chilling and stuff. And look, he's a lovely lad, but just romantically, it just wasn't really there.
Hannah needs someone with the gifts of the gab to
I
bounce
do.
off. She does need
to
that.
like have a howl with,
Yeah.
and I wasn't getting like that ball vibe
Yeah.
from him. Do you know what I mean? Even though he's lovely, he weren't someone that I think I could have a ball with.
Yeah, we need a ball. Everyone needs
Yeah.
a ball.
Everyone needs a ball.
And I was waiting for them, like thinking they'll put someone in. I don't know, someone cheeky's gonna come
Felt
in.
like we needed a little bloke to go in for you.
Yeah.
I wanted a bloke to come in and be like, come on in.
We said,
Ren."
we said
that's
Jack
what we
Fincham,
said.
didn't we?
Yeah.
Like someone like Jack Fincham that's like,
Yeah.
you're
Like a
all right, let me
geezer.
take you out, darling.
Yeah.
Proper geezer.
Just or someone
Damn it.
with that kind of like,
Cheeky chappy.
yeah. And I just from day one friend zoned everyone, but I do that on the outside. All the lads and my best mates. Sometimes the girls do me head in. Look,
Yeah.
or didn't we have the best group of girls?
We did.
Yeah.
We was all like girl support
But
girls.
didn't I flip on the girls a few
Yeah.
They
times?
were
Yeah.
great. They were a great watch. That.
Lads are boss, because lads are just chill, aren't they? But
Yeah.
what were them girls like sometimes in that dressing room, Liv?
It was every man for himself, wasn't it? Every girl
was.
for themselves in the dressing room. Me
In
and
what
Han was
sense
just
of
like,
getting ready, like annoying you whilst
Yeah, getting ready, just like fighting for the food,
Give me the
fighting for the
fucking
makeup.
straightness, like
Yeah,
that
and I
kind
was
of
like, you know what?
Yeah.
Can't be asked. I
Yeah.
was like, I want to go and be locked upstairs with the lads.
Yeah.
you should have gone and done your curls and glam upstairs, babe.
I know, but yeah,
But that's great to hear because it's like, do you know what? That's normal. It's
Yeah.
normal to have that
the
irritation.
girls' dressing room was wild.
and
Wild
that
getting on
many
We
it.
don't get to
people.
see any of that.
Yeah. I think they showed
One
because that's a real
shower.
representation. Yeah.
One
The
shower with
was
no
so
hot
cold.
water.
Oh, the
I know.
outside shower didn't work, and they wouldn't let me repair it.
Oh,
I'm qualified in gas, and they won't let me touch it.
he's qualified.
Qualified. When I'm walking around, Bill, like, just let me work on it. Just let me work on it. The showers are cold for like a week.
A
Let me
week.
work on it.
Also, you could have invoiced for that. That's probably why they didn't.
I
maybe.
literally said, I will do it for free. I just want a warm shower.
Oh, that's
And it was like,
infuriating.
when it was like a week or two. or
Honestly,
something.
there's that many people, and there's one shower, and it was cold.
That is
Yeah.
when Han went in the villa, tried to find a painting, but I could not because the shower's never bloody hot.
There's always rapping in there.
yeah, we was always
And if
rapping.
only they'd let, maybe, actually, do you know what we should do a petition for? Get Mitch back in just to go and fix the shower.
I'm all right, thank you.
No, you don't want to go.
No,
That's
no.
a big job. Paid travel, go in, little engineering work, out you go.
I will go if me and Hannah can have a flight and get drunk on the flight there.
Exactly. That's all you need.
I hate flying in a 12-hour flight. Murdered me.
Let me talk to all of you about one thing, I think an interesting thing to talk about. And for you as well, Mitch, because you were in so recently, what was the biggest worry about going back in the villa?
Ooh, well,
Was it seeing your ex-boyfriend, maybe?
I didn't expect that, you know.
Right. Did you
I
not?
didn't-
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, when they were asking me questions at the promo, like, when's the last time you seen Jake? I was like, this is a bit suspicious. Why are they asking that for?
Yeah.
And then
Why are
obviously
they
he walked
asking-
in.
Come on,
yeah,
babes.
I know. I forget that I'm on the show, to be honest. I'm just in there for the love and good vibes.
You just think this is blind date.
I do,
Yeah.
but here we are. Yeah, I was shocked to see him, but you know what? I'm glad I did see him.
Oh, yes.
In the end,
I think it's-
I didn't
yeah.
expect to get as emotional as I did seeing him leave, but I think it was like that whole like full circle.
Well, you care about him. You're allowed to
Moment.
care about somebody that you've,
Yeah.
you know, loved or whatever.
And like he just left and did the right thing for himself, and it was really nice to see. But he weren't being himself. Like I think Jake from my season, he was that cheeky, chappy lad, and maybe you and him would have got on, given more time. But I just think his head weren't in it.
it wasn't. Was it?
No, not from literally day one.
No,
wasn't it?
not day one afternoon.
really.
It was
you're
day
not,
one
you're not even
afternoon.
lying. It was literally
Yeah.
that. Like,
Had you met him before?
no, I've spoke to him before. Yeah.
Yeah. Had you met him before?
No, never.
No,
He
yeah.
was lovely.
He
There
is
was.
a great guy.
Yeah.
Shout out, Jake.
I don't hate the boy. No, I'm joking. He's great.
And what about you? What were you nervous about before going into the villa? What were you apprehensive for? What were you thinking about this? Like, you'd only just been in, you're going back in again.
And what to expect going in this time?
Well, just in general about the experience, was there anything you were apprehensive about going in again?
No,
You're just chill, aren't you?
I'm just chill.
He's
Yeah.
just too.
Were you
chill.
apprehensive about having to fix the shower?
I just wanted to. That's why I'll never go back. Cold showers and that cricket
Oh my god, the
the
damn cricket.
and that bloody hairdresser first week.
I'm a
Oh
bloody
my God.
diagonal
Wait, what?
sleeping.
There's wait, a cricket and a hairdresser.
The cricket.
Cricket.
This sounds like a joke, weird joke.
No. This was like SAS or something, weren't it?
It was the
Every night,
funniest thing.
As soon as the lights went off, I cannot. It were like screaming.
It was
this
like
cricket.
on a speaker though somewhere, so it was dead
I thought it
loud.
was the fire alarm at first. I was like, shit, is there a
Remember
fire
the
in the
lights
villa?
as well.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, when they were, like,
electrical
going like that.
Lights were flickering. If I had epilepsy, I swear to God, I'm not even kidding.
This sounds like a haunted
It
mansion.
was cold shower, lights flickering, cricket, crap hairdresser.
This was actually SAS Who Dares Who Wins, wasn't it?
Cricket. I had to
SAS
sleep
Who Dares Who Wins.
outside.
That-
we always
that-
slept on the
terrace.
that's
You
what,
slept outside.
We slept on the terrace.
Loads of people outside,
Yeah.
loads of people downstairs because the cricket was
Cricket.
that loud.
Somebody get the cricket. Somebody
kept-
go and get the cricket.
oh, and the aircon in the boys in the bedroom kept breaking as
Oh
well.
yeah, and the aircon was leaking in the girls' dressing room too.
Oh, yeah, so the water everywhere.
Me and
Can you fix
Anton were
aircons as
under
well?
the
Yeah,
aircon.
can fix
Oh,
everything.
you can fix everything.
Fix
Damn.
everything, bro.
The
Just not my
aircon
broken
leaked
heart.
all over Anton's bed.
What's that, babe?
The aircon leaked all over Anton's, like
Oh,
mine and
yeah.
Anton's bed, and he had a big
Yeah.
puddle on his side of the bed.
So I'm going to use all them reasons why I was a very stressed boy, because that added insult to injury. It really did though. Lack of sleep, cold showers, crap hair,
Yeah.
cricket. I hate crickets now.
Yeah.
Don't ever get me around a cricket.
You
I'll
didn't
stand
even
on
know about crickets probably before, and now you're like, I hate them more than
Didn't
life.
even know what they were.
Yeah. Hannah, what about you? Was there any reservations before going in?
I mean, because I did it that long ago, I was just I was just
Must
scared.
have been a huge adjustment.
Well, it was, and I was just kind of scared, thinking, this is gonna be completely different. Like all the rules and stuff were so much more.
Yeah, it was pretty lackadaisical on your series, wasn't it?
Exactly. So I was like, and I knew obviously it was gonna be like that. And I tell you one thing, I was a bit worried about before going in, and it kind of proved to be a thing. I knew I'm like crap at flirting, dating, and all that, and I was thinking, but I'm going back on Love Island, and I know I'm gonna have to like do this.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I
Bless
just
you.
sneezed.
Bless you.
Yeah, I can understand that because but we also love. I think it's nice to have a plethora of different kinds of personalities in there. And you
Yeah.
really brought this loving energy, and I was so gassed when the Tyler and you thing was happening. But I did also. I think from the outside we could see that I was like, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah.
I think you made the right choice. Like you need to meet someone, and they need to set your soul on fire.
Yeah.
You know?
And if it's not kind of there, like straight away, because everyone was going to me, see how it goes and it might like come, but you kind of want that, don't you? Like,
I don't feel like you can't fake it.
No,
No,
well, I
no
can't.
chance, you
That's
could
the
not.
thing, babe. Like, that's why, I can't play a game. I'm not going to fake it. I have to just say it how it is, or, I have to just be me and be true to myself.
And you were fab. Fab!
Thank
Fab.
you.
We loved it.
Thank you.
Now, I want to ask a question that I asked last week to Demi. Tom Clare said he'd go back in to the villa for the price tag of a Prada bag. What is your price tag? I wanted to hear from each of you. Mitch, you first.
Price tag. What, to go back in again?
Yeah.
Oh my God, 100 grand.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I don't know if I can do this again, guys.
Yeah. Oh.
I can't do a Scott. I can't do a Scott and do 3.
Oh, what?
2 was
Listen,
enough.
you never say never, honey.
Never
never.
say never, but I reckon a new Range Rover.
A new Range Rover.
A new Range
Oh.
Rover.
Liberty?
I'd say £1 million. Like,
Okay.
I've done 3 now, and I've kind of had the same storyline like
Yeah.
3 times. No, I can't do that again.
If you can't afford Lib, I'll do it for half that, so 500 grand.
Oh, 500. Liberty, maybe it's time for Hinge.
You know what? I don't do dating apps either. I am the sort
Tinder?
of girl. No, I'm really bad at texting.
What
I
about
have to meet
Raya,
someone in
the celebby
place.
one?
Nah.
They don't let Love Islanders on that, you know.
Do they not?
No.
Found out the hard way.
Oh, I'm
My
on
girl's
it.
on it.
Yeah, but did
they
they go on it before they got on the show?
Nah, after. I think
Oh,
they
they just
accept
hate me.
some, hate others,
Bitch,
yeah?
I'll reference you, babe.
Believe
I'll
me,
get
I've
you
had
on.
about 10 references. It's not going to change. I'm just
Listen,
fed up.
we're going to get you a girl in a normal way. Hinge, Tinder, all the other dating apps. Bumble, whoever wants to sponsor us, let us know.
Yep.
Hannah?
Oh, I don't think I could go back in there like anytime soon, babe. It was hard work, wasn't it?
It
Like
were.
the rules and everything.
Yeah, from you were series 1, weren't you?
Yeah. So it was like,
I was kind of used to it because I on my series I realised how strict it was getting.
yeah.
So the fact that when I came on this series and they were giving us 2
I feel
drinks,
like it's even stricter. Like this one's just
no,
on
this
than
is
yours.
nowhere near as strict.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
We are allowed. So we're allowed to talk
Mm.
about anything.
Yeah.
We're allowed to swear.
Yeah.
Swearing would be a pub. So potential. I can't remember what pubs stand for. Do you know?
Pub? What?
A pub is
What
like
do you
a potential offence if it gets on TV. So you like if you say the word "see you next Tuesday,"
I was going to say it then and I stopped.
if you say that,
I say
that
it
would
all
be
the
a pub.
time.
What, you're not allowed to swear
On my,
in your one?
no, my first week I got like 14.
What if you stubbed your toe? You get even called for saying that shit if you stubbed your toe?
Yeah.
Such a niche thought from you. What about when you stub your toe? Oh my God. What's going to happen?
Yeah,
I
honestly,
love you.
And the fact that we were allowed 2 drinks this time was unreal.
Why? How many did you have last time?
1.
No.
1.
So, I
I'm
mean,
shocked.
some
And
nights
Hannah,
too,
your series, how many drinks were you allowed?
about 4 or 5, and then you could rob other people's and that. Like, we were hiding
Oh, it's every
bottles
man
of
for
wine.
himself. Yeah.
Yeah, you went to Magaluf, didn't you? And also,
Well, the lads did, yeah.
Hannah was like, "Where's the party?" After we had that party, we had 3 songs.
You know, we
2
had the
glasses of
eBay
wine.
party.
Yeah.
There was 2 songs on. I've spent 2 hours getting ready for this party. And I'm like, so when's the party? They were
Couldn't even
like,
break it to you.
1 glass of wine, 2 songs. I went, that's the worst party I've ever been to.
Yeah.
I was like, waiting
You had a
for it
better
to
party on the
happen.
plane.
Yeah, we did.
We actually did.
We
as soon
actually
as the
did.
third song ended, Hannah were like, "Where's the rest of the music?" I was like, "Hannah, you're going to be
That's
so
it, yeah.
disappointed."
Yeah. That is bonkers. So you on your series, you only allowed 1 drink. 1 drink?
Mine was 2.
2.
Yeah.
2 on this one.
Okay, 2. So, you know, a little bit less.
But do you know what annoyed me about this one?
What?
Constantly give you no secco. So
Oh,
and
yeah.
what's bad about it's not in that it gives
no
you
Prosecco as in the Prosecco with no alcohol in
Yeah,
it.
it's
correct.
crap.
There's no
bad.
and it gives you stomach pain.
Oh,
So you're
okay.
trying to do a scene, you're like, "I don't think you love me like I love you," and you're like, "Don't."
You're going to shit yourself.
Yeah, God, yeah, it's
Or
horrible.
like loads of cans of WKD alcohol free. I was like,
Who on earth would drink WKD for pleasure? No offence.
Oi.
But,
I would sponsor
oh,
me again.
yeah, I was going to say. you probably
One more
get
time, guys,
sponsored by
please.
them.
I love money.
That is berserk, though.
I wasn't even old enough to advertise it.
Give it 25 and up.
Yeah, the alcohol-free ones, not even.
Oh,
I know.
baby.
I was there with the no secco. Well,
Yeah.
while Molly and Kaz was there in the scene at Vibes Beach at the WKD, I was there with
We
my...
did actually get to drink alcohol on the advert of WKD. There was 7%.
yeah, I got that
I
one as
was
well.
Treating
flying.
you.
We were lit.
I was flying. Honestly, I don't think my feet touched the floor walking back from the beach event back to the villa. I was like flying all the way there. I was hammered.
Because you were lit.
I was lit.
See, listen, your tolerance, you need to be careful, boys and girls.
I was so hungover.
Yeah.
I went out on
Was
the
you?
weekend on Sheffield. I was dying. I woke up and just like, I feel like I got hit by a train.
Did you
and a
get
plane.
lots of people coming up to you and saying hi?
It's, pretty overwhelming in
Yeah.
Sheffield. So, yeah,
Was it nice, though?
No, I hate it.
Oh.
No, don't get me wrong. I like people coming up to me, but you know when I go on a certain street in Sheffield, it's like where the students go, and I was just
Yeah.
walking up to see my mate who was like an events manager for the clubs.
Yeah.
I got hounded, and there were literally like 50 to 100 people just circling me, and I was like,
That is overwhelming.
Yeah, it
Did
was-
you have anyone with you?
my mates were just recording it, laughing at me.
Oh,
It's like, "Hey, dickhead, take that," and then I'm just like, "Okay, I
that's
have
not
to
the
deal with
vibe.
it." So no, it's
Do you like being called Messy Mitch?
it's a character name. I live with it. I like it.
Yeah.
Messy.
Messi.
sounds nice,
When you
doesn't
say
it?
messy,
I just call him Messi. I'd be
Messi.
like, where's Messi? Here he
it.
is.
And everything sounds better when you say it.
yeah, it does. It does.
yeah.
It really does.
Mm.
Why is there so much history in the villa? I think obviously this is the first All Stars, but it did just feel like there wasn't anyone who hadn't kissed someone in the villa before they came in.
In your opinion, I had like mixed emotions off everyone saying, "Oh, it's amazing," and other people saying it's not that good. I
What,
feel
the
like-
series?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm loving it.
Okay, good.
I think a big part of me loving it is the element of everybody see it, because I don't know how to describe this. It's because everyone is kind of in there to make connections and they do kind of know each other and everyone kind of knows the way to be on a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of just like, oh my God, what is going to happen next?
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Because
what
I
are they
didn't
going to
expect,
do?
for example, I did not expect the drama from Toby. I did not expect people to be swapping couples. It seems like people are less into settling down on this series, which is making it a bit more interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think everyone knows how it works. I wish I kind of
I don't think I knew how it worked.
no.
I'm linear live. I'm linear
Linear
live.
live.
We'll get there. We'll get there one day.
Well, yeah, I mean, go on another series, see what happens.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm jumping
million
out.
pounds.
Love Island book closed. But okay, it was fun. I had a good time.
Still looks open to me that book. So
What, the book?
yeah, it does.
No, it's-
Is it a jar?
No,
A jar.
It's shut. No,
My
don't.
book is a jar.
My book is a jar.
your book a
What were
jar?
you going to say? You were yeah, is your book a jar?
In what respect?
No, he doesn't want to go back in.
No.
He said £100,000.
I'd wouldn't. It's hard. It was hard this time.
It was
Yeah, I'm
hard.
sorry that it was hard. That's yeah.
It was.
It was hard work,
I
but
think-
amazing.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm so happy that they put me back on the show and I could entertain people to a certain degree. But this time it was like every day felt like a week for me. I
yeah.
was like, I am stressing out here.
I do think as well, do you not think to an extent, because you have this sort of character, did you feel like you needed to be a bit messy and maybe that is quite stressful for you?
Making a TV show,
Yeah.
aren't we? We're making a TV show.
Yeah.
You've got to do things sometimes, that's it.
Now, when you were in the villa, obviously you say you don't have any music, there's no music.
Sucks, yeah.
There's no like distractions, like you said, there's no phones that have a link to the outside world.
Hmm.
What were you up to on the days?
Rapping.
Yeah.
Sorry, rapping?
No, yeah, you're right.
Rapping.
What-
Me and Dem come up with a few bars. Me and Han was coming up with
Han
some bars.
is so good.
Yeah, it is. Give us some lines,
Do the
Han.
chicken
I
feta
can't.
one.
No, I was.
Do the chicken feta one.
Chicken
I
feta.
can't because I was.
Chicken, fish, and feta.
Yeah, can I say
You
it
said-
on
you
here?
said-
Yeah, you
Right.
can swear.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I was. It was. So last night there was drama with Toby. Now me outfit tonight's all stroby.
Our outfit's
Then I
strobed all
was
the
like,
time.
this dinner could be better because all we get to eat chicken, fish, and fucking feta.
Bow, 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 bow. Let's drop the mic.
Oh my God, that's unreal.
No, we were just laughing,
Good, innit?
making raps up about.
You need to be a rapper.
stuff.
She does. I was like, get on the track with H now, immediately.
Immediately. That was,
So
was
funny.
that not one of the best raps that
Thing
we've
is,
heard?
it was freestyled.
Yeah.
But we were like, I was like doing the drums on the kitchen side. I was like, this. Oh my
And
god.
why the
This is
hell did they
amazing.
not air that?
I know,
They
right?
missed so much good stuff out.
They did.
And what was I was like, I've come in to find one, but I cannot.
I c-
And our shower's never fucking hot. And they were all like, oh. But then sometimes I'd be rapping like Biggie Smalls or something, and then the voice would come in and go,
Copyright.
"Hi, stop singing, please. Stop rapping."
Yeah.
And shout at you.
And you're like, I'm just following my passion.
Just having a ball.
Okay, well that's what 2024 is bringing for Hannah, is a career in rap.
Yep.
And I, for one, will manage you if you would like.
I'll be ghostwriter.
Yeah, ghostwriter.
Ghostwriter.
Okay, ghostwriter, Messy Mitch. I love it. Good team. Liberty, what can you do?
I'll just do the beatboxing.
Okay, oh, give us a go.
No, you've got to do it now. Was that a beatbox or
didn't
something else?
I didn't say that to her.
You are fired. So thank you so much for trying.
Thanks
What?
for, again,
As the manager, I
put
need
my
to-
heart and soul into that. You know what I mean?
Also, I know Liberty, you let slip earlier that every day. What was the song that you guys sang? In
Oh
the
my
villa?
God,
Oh
Natasha Bedingfield.
my
It's still
God.
unwritten. When something was going wrong, Natasha Bedingfield was getting me through because I thought the rest is still unwritten. It's
Yeah.
fine. We keep going. The rest is still unwritten.
Yeah.
And then she's
What
downstairs.
did you manifest today? Coming into the building.
I was literally singing her songs yesterday with my good friend Muz over there. We were getting ready, our
Shout
drama
out, Muz.
stuff. Shout out Muz. Yeah, we were singing it, and then I put it as my I put a story on last night, and I put the post up, and I put unwritten Natasha Bedingfield on my post.
Yep.
Quoted her in the Instagram caption. Walk in. I'm waiting outside Bauer Media Studios. Natasha Bedingfield gets out the taxi.
Crazy.
You cannot tell me that the invisible string theory does not exist.
We were singing that
Manifestation is
song
real.
all
Yeah,
the time
yeah.
in the villa.
We
Like,
was-
and
it was getting us through.
when one person starts singing a song, the whole villa,
Yeah.
like starts
Everyone
like
sings,
getting
got a
it in
little
their head,
choir.
and singing it.
Yeah.
And then there she was.
There she was.
It was
ready.
a sign.
You manifested
It
that.
was more like pinch me than being back in the Love Island video again. I was like, is this
was a
real? Is this
sign.
happening?
To be fair, I was singing Elvis Presley a lot.
Yeah, where's Elvis? Get him next.
I really hope that he doesn't raise from the grave.
Oh yeah,
I think that would
he's
freak me
dead. I
out.
forgot.
Okay.
I forgot. I
Yeah,
was like,
quite a while, sweetie.
Yeah.
This is the part of the show we like to call Pillow Talk, where we ask the guests the most important questions in life. And we can't talk about anything important in the villa without putting sunglasses on. So
Come on, babes.
we need to not be able to look at each other in the eye, you know, to be able to deflect the awkwardness.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to bring up is the like character arc of Anton in the villa. Because he went in and he wasn't having much luck, and he's now my hero. I'm in love with him. I'm gay. That makes no sense. Like, how has he won the hearts of the nation?
Babe, he's just the biggest gent. He's unreal. Like, doesn't he just do everything for everyone in that villa?
Like us girls, it was always Anton making coffees every morning,
He looks
looking
after
after us. Yeah, he's just got a proper gentleman way about it.
He's so cute. He is the winner in my eyes. I
Yeah,
really want him
I
to win.
I feel like
got a
it's
good
having some
chance.
look now, though.
Yeah.
I feel like at first it's a bit like a basketball trying to get the basketball in
Yep.
before half time, and he couldn't quite get there, could he? But now
Yep.
I feel like he is making music to George Harrison.
Great analogy.
I'm quite
Great
a visual
analogy.
person.
Yeah.
You are.
I do a
it.
lot of visual analogies.
Get the ball in the hoop.
Before half time.
And he couldn't
Before
quite get
half-time.
there. But I feel like now he's scoring before the last second, and him and Georgia are cementing.
Do you know what's funny is
I've got a different opinion on that.
oh, okay.
So have I.
I've got a way different opinion
So
on
have
that.
I.
Can you answer me this? If you get an ick off
Yeah,
someone,
me.
is an ick reversible?
No.
It's not. So
I'm not
listen,
having it.
I'm not being a hater. Georgia
Same.
Harrison and Anton aren't real.
I agree.
Before, obviously, when me and Libs were like breaking down and stuff like that, I'm just being
No,
honest.
I'm screaming because I'm sad.
I'm sorry, guys. I might be wrong. I don't live there anymore. But me you know what I mean? It's like I don't know what happens. I just see the hour edit like everyone else does. So when me and Lib would stop talking, me and Georgia were getting to know each other. Georgia was like, I've got no sexual chemistry with him. He give me this or the other. I have sexual chemistry with you, Mitch. 2 days later, I get dumped, and then them two are
Back to
magically
Anton.
back together. I think, and I do listen. I'm not being bad on Georgia or anything like this. I think Georgia Harrison is great. It's either Anton really does like this girl, or he's one of the best actors in the world.
Wait, I thought he did really like
He
her.
does like
This is what I
her.
mean.
I've had conversations with Anton as a mate, and obviously I love Georgia as well. I'm close to Georgia, but me and Anton were really close in that fella, and I had conversations with him. I was like, "Be careful, Anton, because when Josh and Georgia ended, I knew
Straight back.
beeline back to Anton. Then when you go back to Anton, like I said, Anton, be careful. Do you know what I mean?
I will say, I did have chats with Georgia about it. That night when we was up on the terrace and everyone was having their dates, we spoke.
Oh, yeah.
And she did say, she was like, oh, like, you know, people can see what you and Mitch have was genuine before it obviously went into chaos. That's what we all come here for. Like, I do want that. So I do think she is in there to genuinely find someone. I just don't think she's used to that sort of treatment from guys.
I thought that
I
too.
don't think she's used to it. And I think she's used to like having like the player boy. And I think Anton is so different for her
Yeah.
that it might just take her a while to appreciate it more so.
How much time
coming
have you
from
got?
being devil's advocate and coming from another opinion, I think she might start appreciating what he's doing. And yeah.
I did notice that last night because she was saying, I'm finally getting that reassurance that I desperately want. And I do think there is a big thing in relationship, whether you're a boy, girl, or whatever, that where sometimes you feel drawn to the person that's not going to reassure you because it's like sexy and it's exciting.
Yeah.
But maybe
Yeah,
she's
been there.
like, actually, I'm going to go for the person that is holding the space for me, is making me feel
I don't see it.
okay.
I'm sorry, guys. As much as you are trying to defend it, I think there's always got to be initial attraction there, and it just wasn't for them.
Yeah.
Georgia got the ick off Anton because Anton kissed her elbow or something, which I don't understand.
Oh
but-
my God, I'm
Yeah.
with
And it's
you,
like,
Mitch, 100%,
listen,
babe.
it is.
What?
It's
I did, yeah, she did say that.
yeah. Anton were like
Sorry.
snogging her elbow or something. and
Yeah.
she got the ick
on the terrace.
on the terrace.
What do you mean? Like he was like,
He was like licking
Yeah,
her
literally,
elbow.
Yeah, and that's why I think you see the same in the episode, not the elbow kisses, don't you?
Yeah, I don't. And
Yeah.
And she was like,
I'm sorry, I'm
"Ugh."
quite taken aback by that.
Yeah, this is what I mean. You only get to see the edit. So Anton's got a great edit. He has a fetish for elbows, apparently.
Listen, we're not kink shaming.
We're not. Everyone
not.
has a fetish for everything. It's fine.
Everyone has a fetish for everything. Okay. Okay, next big question is it okay to properly like more than one person in the villa?
Clearly not.
But no, I'm talking about, is it okay morally? Like looking
I
at
think-
your G and the situation with her, like, is that okay that she liked two people at once?
Maybe the start you were okay, but not
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah.
like getting to the back end of the series. It's like make your mind up.
Yeah, okay.
I think if you're in a couple, I think as long as they're getting like the energy still and like you still spending time with them and then like maybe having a few conversations, I think it's just about communication there. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. Keep the communication.
Keep the
I mean,
communication.
at the beginning, when Toby said to Georgia that he wanted to be open, she was fuming about it, but
Yeah.
she's been very open now, you know?
Very true. And
Yeah.
that does seem to happen with a lot of people in the villa.
Yeah.
That seems to happen. It's like, I think that's just human nature. It's like,
Yes.
I want it to be like this, but I'm not going to let you be like that.
In the villa as well, that's what you've got to do, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's like the name. I'm going to let me get this right. I'm a one-man woman.
Yeah.
Like when I like someone, I like that person.
I'm the
However,
same, yeah.
in Love Island, that's what you've kind of got to do because you have to get to know everyone.
Basically seeing them do the talking stage in front of you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so.
And
Yeah.
if you like
Really
them and you
weird.
genuinely do like them, you are going to get a bit.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
of course.
Naturally.
I
Yeah.
would
Human
feel it's a bit
emotion.
orcs.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. Being in a house with my ex, being in a house with someone I'm cracking on with and they're cracking on with someone else. Absolutely
Yeah.
not for
It-
me.
it's-
No, not
it's
for me.
toxic.
It is
me.
toxic environment.
toxic.
Yeah.
And on that note, Thank you so much for joining us on Under the Duvet. Anna, Liberty, and Mitch, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Loved it.
Thank you.
Now, as you guys know, we're dropping episodes every Wednesday at 5 p.m. where you can get your podcast. And the following day, Thursday, if you didn't know when that was, at 12 o'clock, you'll be seeing this on YouTube. And if you're loving the podcast, please leave us a review. Let us know what you think. It really helps people to find us. We're also on YouTube, as I said, every Thursday at midday. Make sure you click that like button. It's Heat World on YouTube. Click the like, make the comment, do all the stuff that people have to do to make things work, okay? And thank you so much to our brilliant guests.
Thanks,
Thanks for having us.
babe.
Had a ball.
Gorgeous. Are we friends now?
If I watch your next podcast and you're talking nasty about me again,
I've never talked nasty about you.
Oh, this
I've
is
never
the
talked
backup
nasty.
again.
No, I've never
we're
talked.
still shaking hands.
I've never talked nasty about you, Mitch.
Who's gonna let go first?
Not
Not me.
Good stuff. Me and Mitch are really good friends now.
We enjoy each other's company.
Hope you enjoy. Podcast.
Ow, no.
Bye. Bye.